Hi, welcome back to The Ordinary Watch Guy. I'm Phil, The Ordinary Watch Guy, and I do hope that you're starting to enjoy my content. A bit of a health warning, I guess, today. So there might be a lot of background noise on this video because my entire family is currently down with COVID. And I expect that they'll be coughing and whatever else, and the windows of my house are open, so you're going to hear construction work in the background again and everything. It's going to be magnifique. I just wanted to get another video out there for you guys about a company I've really had the hots for a long time now. This has been a while. Marloe, what a watch house Marloe are turning into. Relatively new, relatively young, and basically what I want to do is just pick out some hot pieces that I've seen that they've got, and I'm hoping this summer I'm going to get out to visit Marloe actually and hold some of these pieces in my hand. I'm severely tempted, and to be honest I think it's only a matter of time before I add a Marloe to my watch box. First thing up front, you know, if you've seen my video on Nomadic and Christopher Ward, you know that I don't pull punches, and even with watches that I do like, I will tend to find criticisms. I'm not paid by any watch company and I have no sponsors, so what I'm giving out here is totally independent and it's just my thoughts, guys. So what I want to do is look through and talk about maybe 5 watches that really stand out for me. So what are the pieces that really caught my eye? Well, I want to begin with the Coniston Auto, the CN7 version of this piece specifically. This watch commemorates and pays tribute to the land speed record of the fearless Donald Campbell. The Bluebird Proteus CN7 was a gas turbine powered car that broke the land speed record in 1964. What is it that I like about this piece? Well, there's a lot to like. The case is brilliant with that window in the rear showing the well presented mechanism. Now, I've said in previous videos how much I love an inspirational inscription on the back of my watch. And here we've got the great Donald Campbell, a man who sacrificed everything his whole life to pushing the boundaries of speed and human endurance, reminding us courage is not being fearless. This is catnip to me. It's absolutely giving me what I want. The next thing I really like about this watch is the blue presentation, which is modern and contemporary and combines with that yellow arrow shooting across the dial. It has the whole 1960s aesthetic happening. The twisted design of the crown marked with the Marloe M, and the textured circumference of the case as well. This is full of design touches without feeling overloaded. And then you get to choose your strap. From a rally leather in sand or tan, navy or blue, to perforated leather, to a NATO, or even a Milanese bracelet. These straps are capable of changing the whole look, feel and tone of this piece. This is a limited release of 1,000 numbered pieces. I thought the price point was about £750, but actually this watch is £369. And now I need a reason to stop me spending £369. £369 does not seem real for a watch with a proven automatic movement, 40 plus hours of power reserve, 100 meters of water depth. It even has 20mm lugs, so you know it's going to be an absolute strap monster. The next watch that I really want to look at is the Tay, and specifically the Sail. This watch is a return to some classic dimensions. It's a 35mm dial, and I find this really refreshing. It has an 18mm lug width, 35mm dial, and as such it is basically the same size as my neo-vintage Tag Heuer 4000 automatic. I love these sizes. I have a bigger than average wrist and I'm quite happy where... I have a bigger than average wrist, and I'm quite happy wearing my 43.5mm Oris Aquis, which watch check is what I've got on today. When I put my tag on, I feel how light it is. I enjoy that size difference, and I think a return to smaller men's sizes is overdue actually. The version of this watch that I prefer has a black and cream colourway that is only interrupted by a touch of red at the end of the seconds hand. To me, this is hitting right from the 1940s. It's cream without risking faux patina vibes. The British design lettering at the bottom of the dial is evocative of the 1940s wartime poster art of Abram Games. Case rear again is highly attractive, and it seems to me that Marloe put as much attention and time into the rear of a case as they do to the forward facing parts, and to me as a watch enthusiast this is incredibly important. It's a fully automatic watch running a Japanese Miyota 9039 movement, sapphire crystal, anti-reflective coating, 28,800 bph, 40 plus hours of power reserve, hacking seconds, 100 metre of water resistance, £399. I'm doing sums in my head, simple ones mind you, because you know maths. And I'm thinking, for less than £800, you get two amazing watches. I don't know if I should draw the comparison, but the Marloe is giving me Major League Nomos vibes, specifically the Club Campus with the 36mm dial. The major difference is that with almost identical specs. Okay, the Nomos is significantly thinner and has the kudos of a fantastic in-house movement. This Marloe is just under £400. The Nomos is £1,300. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure that the Nomos is fantastic and that Nomos deserve all the props they've been getting, and I'd love one. At £1,300, that sounds like a bargain, but it makes it look like Marloe are almost giving incredible watches away. Moving on, I want to look at the Astro. This is a watch that I really need to get my hands on because I don't know how to feel about a watch with a square face. I'll be perfectly honest. This being said, the Tag Heuer Monaco has been tempting me for some time, and what I like about that watch is that it is stylishly independent. It has a great retro feel about it, super cool looks, giving off those Steve McQueen shivers, and it's also giving off futuristic and even a touch of steampunk too, particularly in the skeletonized variations. I mean, major kudos to Tag Heuer there. What I don't enjoy about the Tag Heuer, and I don't want to sound thrifty here, are the prices. Like what? Tag Heuer offering a £9,850 chronograph? That, like, sorry guys, that is some hot water you're getting into. I can't really compare a £400 Marloe watch to a £10,000 Tag Heuer, but for someone like me that doesn't really know how I feel about wearing a square watch, and I've never had one, this £400 adventure is a sensible way forward because it's so damn stylish. I'm just upset that my favourite is sold out. I'm not surprised that it has gone, but they released 300 Astro Eagles and they're out of there. They're gone now, so they've all been sold. The Eagle is the black with orange accents, and to me it was the outstanding piece of the collection. My fallback choice would be the Futura with the snow white dial, honeycomb detailing, and the minutes track that is marked with Roman numerals. Caseback is gorgeous. I do not know who designs these casebacks. In fact, just look at this and get your head around the fact that this is a £400 watch. The brushed stainless steel is actually brushed in concentric circles. The pieces are numbered individually, and again, that lettering to the moon and back. I don't know if that overlay rotates, the black design that says Astro and marks out the moon, but if it does, just take my money. My wife is actually lamenting the fact that I ever found this Marloe website. My next pick is the Solent Timer Black Edition. My immediate reaction to the Solent Timer is to be astonished. They did it again. Look at the case. Beautiful design aesthetic, case back and front both, classic and modern, inspiring quote, this time a smooth sea never made a skilled sailor, this time taken from F.D. Roosevelt, US president who took his country out of the Great Depression and to the brink of victory in the Second World War. I like this watch in black with the yellow writing and the circumference ring, white numbering and hour markers. The nautical sensibility of the watch is brilliantly delivered with the whole vibe of a porthole and an internal rotating bezel and double crown design. Let me give you an idea of how picky I am with these sort of design touches on watches, because this is my favourite watch in the whole effing world. I mean, I just fell in love at first sight with this watch, and it is absolutely on my list. I must have this. I don't have one yet. I will get one.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
So they took this beautiful, beautiful watch and they put this on it. It just shows you how easy it is to get something wrong and go too far. For me, it ruins the watch. Why? Why did they need to do that? Why did they need to do that? Back to Marloe. Back to Marloe. There's a limited 250 unit release of the Marloe Solent Timer Black Edition watches, and I believe they're numbered. The multiple strap options take this from being tremendous fun on yellow or bright blue silicone to more serious, to perhaps a perforated leather, to glitzy and decorative on a Milanese bracelet. So my final pick, and I saved my favourite to last, the GMT. And this is available in day version or night version, and there are 500 pieces of each. It is a true GMT with 4 hands on the dial, minute, hour, seconds, and the 4th GMT hand. The watch also has a bi-directional bezel, and as such it can help you track the time in 3 different time zones simultaneously. It functions on the Japanese Miyota 9075 movement with 40 plus hours of power reserve, the sapphire box crystal, seconds hacking, and 50 meters of water resistance. My favourite is undoubtedly the day variant of this watch with the cool pale blue dial and white loomed hour markers. This is set against the icy quality of the brushed stainless steel bezel and case and the polished chamfers. It's a classy, unfussy presentation, which I think is specifically important in a GMT, because the last thing you need is for it to be muddled and difficult to read. The rear of the case is gloriously enjoyable again, with the same blue marking the circumference and the company motto "Time well spent" in black lettering. I only wish that there was perhaps something a little bit more inspiring written there. Personally, I'd be torn between taking this watch on sand sailcloth as a strap or the Nitec in burnt orange. Understandably, this watch is more expensive than the others that I've reviewed at £749, clearly because it has the GMT complication. This still represents great value to me, and I struggle to think of many other GMTs offering anything like this value. Maybe the Seiko SKX GMT, which is incredibly popular. By equal measure though, if you want a conversation starter and something a bit more unusual, I think the Marloe is clearly the option. Okay, so that is my run through of Marloe. I'm gonna go and probably scare my wife to death by sitting in front of the computer with my card in my hand. Great to see you again, guys. Thank you for watching. Hit me with your comments below. Are you a Marloe owner? What is your take on this? You had one in the hand. Give me your feedback and let me know what you think. What would be your take out of that range? What would be the watch for you? Thank you so much. Like, subscribe, comment, help me with a bit of encouragement. Goodness knows I need it. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Cheers guys. Bye bye for now.